because this is difficult to accept, that beneath all these appearances, stories, we are telling ourselves this toxic dimension. How do we fight? This is why I think also incidentally we are so obsessed with the topic of immigrants, because in the Western Europe today, and you must know it, okay, now it's better, but not so much you as Albanians. You know, for Italians, you were very toxic. Now I think it shifted from Albanians first to North Africans. Now, for some strange reasons, Romanians are the ultra-toxic in Italy. All the rapes are usually attributed, don't ask me why, it's very mysterious, and the logic of it. So what I want to say is that Italy is, for me, watch it, the country of the future, the most progressive country in the world now. Why? Because it's where we are all, unfortunately, heading, I claim now. It's still a democracy, formally, but a democracy which is becoming openly more and more insubstantial. Look, now, after the last elections, even whatever remained of the center-left, Olive Party, Prodi, Veltroni, it's falling apart. They resigned to it. Berlusconi is the boss, but what's so mysterious about Berlusconi? This should give you to think about what is changing in our societies, about how power functions. Are we aware that Berlusconi, I mean, he is stupid, but not so stupid that he doesn't know what he is doing, that he is, it's quite shocking. Did you notice, if you just follow the media, he's systematically undermining even the minimal dignity of being a president of the state. I mean, how he deals with his wife, you know, all this. It's literally a pornographic reality show. That girl, his wife, he explains his life. And I think that Berlusconi is not the beginning. It started already in the 80s with, in Argentina, Carlos Menem and Ronald Reagan. Yes, although he kept some dignity, but Reagan was the first which played upon presenting himself as an idiot. I remember I listened to an interview with him when a journalist asked him a difficult question, and Ronald Reagan's answer was, "Why are you asking me this? You know that I'm too stupid to answer." You know, like mocking his own stupidity and so on. I think that, but this is maybe too much history for you and for us, I mean, that Richard Nixon was the last authentic, tragic president. He failed, he was corrupted, but there is something almost authentically tragic in his corruption. With Reagan, we are entering the different register. So again, why is this important? Because de facto, let's be clear here, de facto, it is still formally a democracy, Italy, but it's becoming totally non-substantial. You have an obscene head of state, and all people talk about him, next love affair, what will his wife do. He even incidentally mocks, totally without dignity, the love affairs of his wife. You know who is Massimo Cacciari, the philosopher who is the mayor or boss of Venezia, of Venice. The rumor is that, how is she called, Veronica or what? Berlusconi's wife and Cacciari had an affair. And at one reception, I couldn't believe it when I was in Italy. I saw it on TV. A foreign young diplomat was presented to Berlusconi, and who was a young, nice guy. And in front of cameras, Berlusconi told him, "Oh, I must present you to my wife so that I get rid of Cacciari. You know, you are more..." But this shouldn't deceive you. This shouldn't deceive you. You know, it's like that doctor in the army, you know, he makes jokes, haha, masturbate, but the power remains there. And if anything, the power is stronger. This is typically postmodern. The power which masks itself, now it's no longer a joke, it's a little bit more serious. You know, this is typically postmodern power. It's masked at permissivity, the right to choice, and so on, but beneath it, it's an even stronger injunction. Like another story I use in my book, which is not translated here. It's my favorite example of today, how authority functions. Let's say, maybe you even know, I'm sorry if I repeat myself, Let's say it's Saturday or Sunday afternoon, you are a small boy or girl, and you have to visit your grandmother. You hate it, it's boring, and so on. Okay, let's say you have an old-type patriarchal father. What will he tell you? He will tell you, listen, to you, small boy or girl, listen, I don't care how you feel, behave properly, it's your duty to go to the grandmother. That's okay, I claim. It's a little bit of repression, but you retain all your freedom to secretly rebel against it or whatever. Now let's take the postmodern, permissive, non-authoritarian father. What would he tell you? He would tell you something like, you know how much your grandmother loves you, but nonetheless, I want you to visit her only if you really want to. Now, you got it that beneath the surface of free choice, there is an order which is much stronger. The order is not only you must visit her, but you must like to visit her. You see, this is how authority functions. Okay, now let's go a step further. How even, don't be nervous. I mean, my God, are you, I'm supposed to be here, I warn you, racist cliche in crazy Albanian part where you are lazy, nobody works, and I come from almost Protestant Slovenia, and you act now as the stupid Slovene. Be member of your nation. Okay, so let's go on. You know, the problem of, no, listen, there must be a point where to stop, no. So, no, sorry? 5 more minutes, okay, 10, yeah. Let me conclude, nonetheless, now, I will jump, nonetheless, a little bit to what was the title of this talk, no? You know what is the link with economy here, nonetheless? Okay, my thesis is a very simple one. What is the title? Like, what happened in the first century? 2 things happened. A, September 11th, at the beginning of the first decade. B, the ongoing financial crisis. And my idea is these are twice the same thing repeated itself, the death of the liberal Fukuyama utopia. First, the Fukuyama utopia died with September 11th, in the sense that it's obvious that the Western liberal democracy is not the formula for the entire world. Then, in the ongoing financial crisis, the properly economic aspect of liberal capitalism was dealt a blow. It is clear today that the true utopia were not communism, social democracy, which died. The true utopia were the 90s. The happy era of this Clinton prosperity, and I like Clinton, I agree with I will explain at the end why, the poster you have here of Clinton, but that's another story. What I'm saying is that why is this moment dangerous, the moment in which we are today? And I will come back to Berlusconi. It is because, no, I'm not naive. I'm not saying, oh, this crisis is the beginning of the end of capitalism, we just have to organize the left. No, if you ask me at this level, I'm even a little bit of a pessimist. I think that you know Naomi Klein's theory of the shock therapy, how capitalism uses, no matter how strong, shocks to get a new boost. So I think this will be just perfectly integrated as another shock therapy for capitalism. It is already done in the United States, where, okay, on the one hand, I know all the investments of Obama helping economy, but those are right, the guys who claim, no, this has nothing to do with Obama socialist or what. It's rather that, for example, how the big thing, one of the big things going on now explicitly in the United States is how to use this crisis to break the last still relatively powerful trade unions, syndicates, trade unions, no? It's explicitly, that's the whole point about the debate, should they allow the great 3 automakers, no, General Motors, Chrysler, Ford to fall. The idea is, let's use this to get rid of the trade unions, because the car trade union is one of the last strong ones.